We are live.
What's up, gang?
How are you all out there?
We are in Frankfurt, Germany, and just hanging out in Oliver's room. You bunk. Anyway.
We'll drink to that. Hey, you guys, thank you
Cheers.
so much for tuning in. I know we say this, I say this a lot, I guess it's my gig. We really appreciate all your support and you spreading the word. Keep doing it, because we need to have you kind of like just spread the word as much as you can so we can get this thing going. Yes, sir.
Just speak a bit louder so
Oh,
everyone can hear
so
you nice and
we
clearly.
got asked to speak louder. Can you hear us out there? Can you hear us out there?
For the hearing impaired, can you hear us out there?
Can you?
Anyway.
So we want to hear from you guys. Anything you want to talk about, go ahead, shoot.
We're getting hi from Budapest from Eddie. Eddie says hello from Budapest.
Hey, Eddie. How are you?
How are you, man?
Casanova Jenny says hi from Switzerland.
Casanova, Jenny.
Hi, Jenny.
Okay, Kay, first question here. Who's your favourite bassist? I love you guys. Kiss, kiss, kiss.
I'll go first. Bar none for me, Paul McCartney. After that, you know, there's so many.
I told you I was going to say that.
Oh, I'm sorry, man.
All
Go
right,
ahead.
so I gotta pick one now.
No,
You
you
know
do
what?
the same one.
I'll do. Paul McCartney is definitely my favorite, but I'll say John Paul Jones.
There you go.
Boom.
And Jack Bruce and Tim Bogart.
You can only have one.
Tony Levin.
Just one.
Greg Lake.
Marco Mendoza.
I don't know who that is.
Okay, Kareem says hello from France. I saw you in Boreal. You're amazing. What's been your favourite moment of this European tour so far?
I gotta say, there's so many, but last night, because it was just last night, we were in
Prague, and it was
off the hook,
awesome.
over the top, awesome. The audience was all lit up. It was just right.
Yeah. But, I mean, all the audiences have been great, but
Yes.
there was just something a little
extra,
little
last
extra
night.
there.
So thank you,
So-
Czech Republic and Prague. We love you, man. Over the top. I think I feel like crying.
Don't do that.
I get emotional.
Forget about it over there.
Forget
This
about
guy's
it.
a little
Whatever.
wimp.
You know.
So Nod Campbell is asking, what are you vaping on, John?
What am I vaping on?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you like to know over there?
And that's it.
I
Okay.
can't see you now.
Jolie asks, hey guys, what new artists are you loving at the moment?
Wow.
I'm kind of digging right now. I've been checking out this band called Greta Von Fleet. I think they're from LA. I looked them up on Wikipedia and they were from LA, but via Michigan. And they're really young, but they got a really cool vibe. Singer sounds like old Robert Plant. And band's actually really good, so I'm looking forward to seeing them live in the future.
I'm sure we'll come across. You know, one thing that happens when we're on the road, we come across so much talent, so many bands. We're lucky enough to have some great support bands. A little nod to.
Well, we've
The
been out.
girls.
We've been out. Yes, Thunder Mother. We've been out with. The Answer.
The Answer, amazing, man.
Lynn Jackman is another
Lynn,
awesome.
we love you. Amazing.
Inglorious.
Yes.
Who else have we toured?
So
with?
there's so many. I'm trying to keep track.
The list
But,
goes on and on and on.
but it's like, so we get to experience firsthand, you know, the talent that's out there. And we're in good hands, you guys. It might seem like we're not, but there's
We're
so
like the old state of rock and roll.
you know what I mean?
We're in good hands. Where's that State Farm? I don't know. Whatever.
Lynn, how are you, man? Good to see you.
Jason says, if you could play on stage with anyone alive or deceased, who would it be?
Wow. I would have to say either McCartney again. I would love to do that. Even John Lennon. Any of the Beatles or Led Zeppelin or Aerosmith.
Absolutely. Same here. We have the same taste, which is why we get along so well, right? Anyway, yeah. Wow. Yeah, we get asked that question a lot. The super band. Same thing, same answer that John said. I mean, absolutely. Those are the top players. Jimi Hendrix, got to throw him in there.
Yes.
Janis Joplin, got to throw her in there too. Would be amazing to experience that. John Paul Jones, I love his bass playing again.
Yep.
You know, McCartney, Lennon,
Queen,
Freddie. Jesus. I mean,
yes. List goes on and on.
We could talk about this for hours, you guys. So.
Okay, so Shannon says, my 40th birthday gift was tickets for your upcoming show in Baltimore. Are you guys excited to come back to America?
Yes.
Absolutely.
I actually, I'm originally from Philadelphia, so Baltimore was only a stone's throw from Philly, and I used to go down there as a kid, and we would go. My uncles and I would go crabbing in the bay, so I'm very much looking forward to coming down there. I did a video at Hammerjacks with the Scream. Hammerjacks, that's an oldie.
Wow.
And I'm very excited to come back with the guys to Ram's Head Live. And I'm hoping that if there's catering, there will be some crab cakes as well.
Chances are we will.
I'm hoping.
Crab cakes, yeah.
We got to make that happen.
And we'll see you there for your birthday, babe.
See ya.
Okay, so Dave says, hey guys, first off, the Daisies are an awesome band. Thank you for your great music. And are you writing any new material?
We are definitely doing that. We're actually going to spend a couple of weeks in September, right?
We're doing some writing, yes.
And kind of like throw some ideas up and see what falls and what sticks on the wall and all that with Marty Frederiksen producing. And then we're scheduled to go in the studio November, December.
November 1st.
Correct.
Yep.
So looking forward to that one. That'll be coming out next year. Thanks for asking. That means you guys are interested. Love it.
It's on a similar subject. Question for John. Which one of the lyrics you wrote is your personal favourite? It's probably a tough question. Just to pick one or two. I'm a big fan of the lyrics too, and some of them help me through things. This is from Nana.
Who was the name again?
Nana.
Nano?
Nana.
I think I would have to, if I had to pick from the Scream, I would probably say Father, Mother, Son. I don't know, that one seems to connect with a lot of people. From Motley, I think Misunderstood was a great one. Union,
So many, huh?
yeah, there's so many songs. And then I think the one that really kind of, right now with the state of the world, the way that it is, I think You and I is really probably lyrically.
Tongue and prayers.
Yeah, but You and I though, with the everything that's going on in the news, content, I think that's that one probably touches base for a lot of different people. And it almost didn't happen, if you remember.
It was the last song.
It was the last song that we were recording. I couldn't think of anything, and I was panicked about it. And I called my wife, and I was like, "What do I write about? I got nothing." And she goes, "Go to the bar, have a drink, and it'll come to you." And boom.
And you did. They came.
Okay, so Mary says, please show us your new tattoo, Marco.
Oh, I did nothing. It was tiny little things. This one, and then that one. I don't know.
You have to hold it up to the, the camera.
I'm gonna come to you. Boo, boo. It's Halloween again. Anyway, just a little something, you know. Love, faith, and happiness. And faith is my daughter, my youngest daughter, so she comes into play a lot. And then a little peace sign. We really didn't have a lot of time. You remember, Oliver, we were running. We had to be back at the hotel, so just little touch-ups. But they were the cats there in Salzburg were amazing. At the CIA tattoo, go check them out if you can. And right?
Yeah.
This is the cat you want to talk to about Clemens, right? This is the cat you want to talk to about ink. He's got the best stuff right here, John. So I'm an amateur. Hello.
Okay, so we've got a question. Casper, I think the name is how do you prepare for the gig at Woodstock with the orchestra?
To be honest with you, we're not quite sure yet. I've recorded in a studio with an orchestra on the Misunderstood track with Motley, but I've never done anything live with an orchestra before.
I have. I've done TV and movies and stuff, and we were talking about that a little bit today. I think we're going to have to. There's a lot of rehearsal involved because sonically you've got to separate all the instruments, and when you have electric instruments together with acoustic instruments, this is just me, my 2 cents. You kind of need to isolate sound to get a good quality sound. So we started talking about that, but you know, it looks like we're going to have like 3 days to work on all this and get all the arrangements done and all that. It's you can imagine a 60-piece orchestra.
It's actually going up
more.
now. It's 65 pieces.
65-piece orchestra because we have a tuba. Anyway.
That sounded like the doorbell from the Addams Family.
It did.
Anyway.
But so yeah, so a lot of technical stuff. Fortunately, we're in good hands. We're going to have a lot of people helping. But that's a good question. And we're going to try and document the whole thing so you guys out there can see what happens. So stay tuned on that one.
Dawn is asking for a wave, please, with lots of kisses. Okay. Samantha says she'd like you to. I've heard a few people have asked us. Do you think you'd record an acoustic album, as you sound great in acoustic?
I don't know. You never know. It could happen. But to be honest with you, though, in the box set of the Live and Louder box set, there is the actual 2-record vinyl. It's vinyl of the concert, the tour that we did last year. But there's also a 7-inch vinyl acoustic recording of a radio program. We did a radio show with some live audience, and we played about a little over an hour. And basically, what we did is we took the cover songs that we did and put them on the 7-inch vinyl. So that is kind of a acoustic thing. So that's in the box set. So if you want to hear something soon, that would be your answer.
Get the box set. I would.
Okay. So one for John from Dan. Your most memorable moment on any tour ever. Favorite memory of touring with Motley Crue.
I don't know if I can talk about that, Dan. I would have to say probably. It was probably actually right around this time of the year. It was over 4th of July weekend. I think we had just done a show in Nashville, and we were heading to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina for a long weekend off. And then we were doing a 4th of July show in Myrtle Beach. And Tommy and I decided to buy about, I want to say we bought about $30,000 worth of fireworks.
Nice.
To set off on said 4th of July weekend in Myrtle Beach.
Nice.
And then we found out when we got there that fireworks are illegal in Myrtle Beach. But if you follow the history of Motley Crue, you know that didn't matter. And we just set them up anyway. And we got into all kind of trouble. It was crazy. And apparently over the 4 days, we kept getting stopped by the same cop.
They were looking for
Over the 4 days. It was just insanity.
Okay, Michael asks, what's the most funny or not funny thing that was ever thrown to you on stage?
Funny or not funny? Well, the usual, tomatoes. More tomatoes. And then occasionally you get underwear and bras and flowers. It's amazing, you know. People get really creative. It gets dangerous when they start throwing beers, man, unopened cans of beer because you have to, and that happens sometimes too. It's pretty scary.
Well, I had one. Again with Motley, we played Sturgis, this huge field they call Buffalo Chip, and we used to do an electric set, and then we would do an electric set, then an acoustic set, and then come back out and play electric again. Well, during the acoustic set, I sat down in the chair and I grabbed my guitar, and everybody was just we were just kind of fiddling around, and I had a cigarette in my mouth, and I realized that the cigarette was out, and I was reaching for my lighter and I couldn't find one, and somebody in the audience, they threw a Zippo up, you know, so that I could light my cigarette. But the guy flung it at me, and it clocked me right in the head, and I literally fell back off the chair and split my head open.
Wow!
It was kind of funny, but my feet were up in the air, and it was silly. You had to be there.
Okay. Deb asks, what's the one place you've always wanted to play but never have done?
Never have?
Yes.
The moon. Always. I want to play on the moon.
Me personally, I want to play at freaking Kate Beckinsale's bedroom. How about that?
Good.
I'm waiting for the call. She might call any minute now. Watch. If anybody knows her, put in a good word. Okay. That was Joey Bag of Donuts anyway, talking to you. There you go.
Jesse asks, what's your favourite city to play in?
You know, it's so hard. Like, honestly, I've had. I mean, we've all been doing this for so long that we actually all have like favorite restaurants and friends and stuff, and in just about every city we go to, we have great turnouts. I don't know if I have a favorite.
The festivals they always stick out, right?
Well, I think I don't know if they wanted a concert. I think they were just talking about a city.
Actual cities, yeah.
You know what I mean? You know what? Probably for me, the last time I was there, it was absolutely out of control, crazy. I would have to say Buenos Aires or Mexico City. They were out of control.
Yeah, great city. I have a venue, if that makes any difference, the Gorge. That venue, for some reason, just sticks out. It's a beautiful site there. It's always like playing on top of the Grand Canyon there up in Washington.
Oh, yeah.
And Red Rocks. Forgot Red Rocks. And that's
I've never played there.
Unbelievable venue. And so I don't know if you can attach that to the city, but the venues are really cool, man, just to hang out and visit. Yeah.
Okay, so there's one. Greetings from Hungary. The concert on Wednesday was amazing. The way you reacted to the PAs going down with a bit of stranglehold was terrific. I hope you enjoyed the gig as much as we did. How did you like playing on a boat, by the way?
You know, I played there before. I want to say twice before. And that was an impromptu situation there. To be honest, we were all surprised, especially me, who I've worked with Ted Nugent for quite a while, that anybody knew Ted Nugent in Budapest, to be honest. It was a trip. You know, when the ships go down, you got to do the best you can. And so that's what we did. We put it together.
And it was weird because when we were playing, like, people in the audience are going like this, I can't hear, but we had in-ears in, and they were working fine. We sounded awesome in our own heads. Sorry about it, but, you know, shit does happen once in a while, and, you know, it got corrected, and I was worried that
it would
never come back. And
full house, you guys were unbelievable.
Yeah,
too.
It was awesome.
Great. We'll be coming back soon. That's a fact.
Peter says, love the band, seen you guys a few times, always a great show, love the covers. How do you pick your covers?
The album covers?
No, the covers, the songs.
Oh, the covers.
The cover songs.
You know, usually it's just through jamming. You know, we've done a bunch. Even on the last or 2 tours ago, we played in Houston, Texas. We did one little headline act, and we were like, "This is the home of ZZ Top." And we just, what song did we learn? We did
Working, what was it? Working Man?
No, we did a ZZ Top song. We've done stuff just at sound check where somebody will start playing a riff and everybody will jump in. We're like, "Well, that's pretty cool," and it clicks. And then we'll play it, and if the audience connects with it, then we're like, fuck it, let's just keep it in the set.
Fortunate Son, for example, I remember exactly, we were in Helsinki, and we went to do this acoustic radio show, and we were just goofing around. And we're all fans of Creedence Clearwater Revival, and we started, for some reason that song came up, and we started jamming before we went on the air.
Yeah.
And David Edwards, our manager, was there. He says, "Do that. That sounds really good." So it's you know, it's something that happens, and then all of a sudden we brought it to the big stage, and it works because people know the song. And so ultimately, I think we try to pick songs that the audience
has fun with,
that you have fun with, that you enjoy, that you recognize because it's about you, and then we keep it, and then we do our little twist on it and have fun with it, and it's been the response has been great. So we're probably going to keep on doing it. Think a few
I like doing it anyway, because it's kind of you know, there's some songs that we've done. I mean, even Midnight Moses. A lot of our fans had no idea that was a song by the sensational Alex Harvey Band. So in some way, we're just doing songs that we grew up listening to, that we love, but it's also a tip of the hat to the original artist, and maybe in some weird way, we're turning you guys onto some bands you might not have heard of before. So it's all good.
Yeah.
So Chaos Marco, other than John, who's your favourite frontman?
Oh, there's so many, man, but definitely John is, you know, he's doing a brilliant job. No, come on. We're really happy, man, and we're lucky to have John with us. That's the bottom line. But Steven Tyler, I have to say, right? Tyler, man, he's unbelievable.
He just gets better with age too.
Yeah, it's amazing, and you know, not with all due respect, man, without blowing smoke, that cat. We had a chance at the beginning of the Dead Daisies. We had a chance to tour with Aerosmith, and I saw him backstage, you know, turn into who he is, man, and it's amazing. Aerosmith is it's a great band, one of my all-time favorite bands. But Tyler, wow, and all the cats, you know, Bruford and you know, I mean Kramer and the boys and Hamilton and Joe, but Tyler just takes it to another level, man. He just turns into this freaking animal beast and this persona on stage, and delivers every night. It was just unbelievable. It's just cats like him inspired me, you know, and I feel very lucky to be part of this business because you see cats like that doing what they do, and they inspire you to get better. Tyler, there's so many more. I mean, of course, I got to give, you know, credit to David Coverdale, who's the one and only David Coverdale, Whitesnake, and so on and so forth. Ted Nugent, I have to say in another way, he's just unbelievable. Cats I've had a chance to work with, and so on and so forth. But Tyler, absolutely on top.
Okay, so Mandy asks, what's the new album going to be like? Any ideas already? I love every song on Make Some Noise.
We don't know yet. Like, you know, we don't really, like, the only thing that we have in mind when we go into the studio is that we want a good old fashioned kick-ass classic rock album. So we're not going to know until we get into the studio. I mean, we've all got ideas. We've all, like, a few of us have actually started in some capacity to work with Marty. Marco got together with him in LA with Brian, and I got together with Marty in Nashville. Marty and I both live there. So we got together and we just I just threw some ideas on the table, and he's like, yep, love that, love that, love that. And now the next process is for Marco, Doug, Brian, David, and myself to get into a room and show each other the ideas and just start developing them and see where they go. And then once we get that process done, then we bring Marty in, or we'll go see Marty, and then he'll kind of go through all of it with us, and we all sit around and we just we start tracking, and the songs as they develop, you kind of start figuring out which ones are worthy of being on the record and which ones are going to be not. So, you know, it's hard to tell you now what it's going to be like, but I think personally it should be an acoustic polka record, and we should call the album Glory Hole.
There you go.
But we'll get to that later.
Eddie says, Marco, thanks for handing your guitar to me in Brighton. It was a privilege to have it in my hands for a few seconds.
You know, I gotta say, that's something that happened spur of the moment somewhere, I don't know when, a few years back. And the feedback was that. It was like, how cool. You know, it's just like saying hello, you know, check it out. And also trying to get you interested in my signature bass. But, you know, honestly, man, for me, the audience, you guys being out there means so much to all of us. We are there for you, and that's just another way of kind of, you know, having you join us on stage or whatever, some connection, you know, get the connection smaller, more direct face-to-face. So you're welcome, man. Just keep coming back. Maybe you'll get John to give you his mic, and then Doug give you his guitar or something like that. Brian give you the whole drum set.
Never know.
You never know. We'll see you.
Sean says, I love your music. Any chance you'll ever come to Liverpool, home of the Beatles?
I would love to go to Liverpool. I've been to Liverpool, but I was just kind of stopped. There was some weird thing. I was out on tour with Rat, and we stopped there for the afternoon, and our bus was being repaired or whatever. But I want to go. I want to see the Cavern Club.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, and you know, I want to go see some of the things that I've read. I think I've got every Beatles book and documentary. I want to go see it all now. So hopefully we'll play there, but we'll have a day off where we can wander around a little bit.
Dan asks, John, do you remember playing the Twisted Spoke Saloon in Pekin, Illinois? If so, what memory do you have of the place?
It was fun. It was a lot of fun. It was funny though, because I remember I was driving. It was just this last in February or March or something. I just did a bunch of acoustic shows while the Daisies were off, and I'm just sitting there. I'm like, man, this place looks familiar. Like da, da, da. And I walk into this bar, and so I said to the promoter, I go, have I ever been here before? He's like, nope. And I'm like, man, you know, this area kind of looks familiar. And he goes, yep, that hotel right there is where they filmed Those Aren't Pillows scenes from Planes, Trains, and Automobiles. So, and then I remembered my buddy David Stonich, who's originally from Illinois. He told me, he gave me a little history on the place. So it was a great time, man. I had a lot of fun, and I loved doing the acoustic shows. It was cool. It was very cool.
Okay, Francoise asks, do you ever suffer from post-tour blues after returning home? We've got time for a couple more questions.
Go ahead.
Post-tour blues.
I gotta say, you know, the first 2 weeks is always, and I've actually documented this too, try to pay attention. The first 2 weeks, it feels so great to be home with my wife, with my kids, to be in my own bed, with my own remote control. And then for some reason, like clockwork. 2 weeks, I start getting itchy, like something's missing.
Yeah, you're supposed. I feel like I should be doing something.
Playing,
Yeah.
doing something, and I start calling people and putting myself out there again to book some dates and all that. But so if you can call it post.
Yeah, and your wives start talking to you, and then they're talking, and then they go, "Good talk, Russ." Like you just don't even hear anything anymore. You're like, you're just staring at the TV.
We call it decompression, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's definitely. See, folks, when we come out here, I got to say, for me, it's a little bit of fantasy world because we're out here doing what we love doing, and we're getting all the pats on the back, people autographs and all that. And then it's time to come home to reality, to take the trash out, to feed, to get up in the morning and take the kids to school and all that stuff. So, yeah, you switch a little bit back and forth. So there's a little bit of adjustment period. It's not blues.
Because Lord knows when we're in a hotel room, we do not take out the trash.
We don't. There's a lot of trash.
Okay, so last question for tonight. Isabel asks, what are the expectations to play in Brazil in a few days?
Oh, wow. Isabel, I think if you guys are anything like you have been in the past, this trip is going to be absolutely amazing, out of control. I expect nothing but incredible love and support, but just insanity from the South American audiences. I think it's going to be unbelievable.
Yeah,
I can't wait to come down and see what you guys are going to give us back here. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, can't wait. We will see you down there soon. So I guess time's run out. We want to say goodbye. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you, guys.
We'd like to thank our sponsors.
Yeah. Thank the sponsors.
Thank our sponsors. We'd like to thank the Dead Daisies for sponsors.
Yes. Yes. And
And
by
the
the
Dead
way,
Daisies.
if you want any information on tour dates, go to www.thedeaddaisies.com. There's also a fan club now
Yeah,
called
the
The
Dead
Daisies. Check that out. It's all on the website. Check it all out. Thank you, the Live and Louder record. You guys have been just unbelievable, helping us out with that, and we love you. Can't wait to get to South America and Japan, and it's going to be awesome. And on that note, hey, I got to get out of here. I got some shit going on upstairs. You know, Big Vinny and Fat Tony and Joey Bag of Donuts are waiting for
That's
me.
my
See ya.
favorite.